right to the middle.
He's going to get a run here. Here comes a 3-car going to try to give the
Chase Elliott breaks out of the pack up to 4th place.
Yeah, but he didn't get clear. He needed to get up in front of that 1 car. I just don't think anybody's going to be able to get enough momentum to get a big enough push to get by this 2. This is the best thing could have happened to him, was them getting side by side behind him.
Just remember where the start-finish line is.
That's right. It's not in the middle of the tri-oval. Keselowski.
Big run coming from the 18. Oh, the
Kyle
stepped
Busch.
out.
Kyle Busch and Dillon saw trouble. Car hard in the wall. 2 of them. Keselowski to the line. Caution had waved with Keselowski the leader, and crashing are Harvick, Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Truex, Labonte, and everybody else.
Good job today, Brad. That was you, man. Managing that.
I don't know how to explain this. I've never seen anything like this ever.
Bumper cars. I've never seen 200 miles per hour.
I don't know how to explain it.
Similar to yesterday, caution flies in the last 1,000 feet of the race. The field is frozen at the moment of caution. But Brad Keselowski clearly was out ahead of the pack.
Yeah.
And will be the winner.
Any way you cut it, the 2 was the leader.
Upper left is the caution light. This is synced up with the video to establish the moment of caution into the tri-oval. Contact between Truex and Allmendinger, and then Cole Witt turns Kevin Harvick up and into the wall, and Stenhouse and Allmendinger. Witt slides along and crashes with Truex. Caution is out. Race is effectively over. Exit of pit road. 400 feet maybe from the start-finish line, and there's your finish. Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch.
Handful when he's around other cars in the pack. Chris?
Well, Vince, for most of the race, Chase Elliott has been stuck mid-pack. He's saying, I can't do anything because it's been 3 wide. Well, now he's out front. He's pretty happy with his race car. He said back in the pack, it was a bit edgy, but as soon as he could get some clean air on that car, he said, I think we're going to have a fast race car. His spotter, Eddie DeHaan, just told him, it's time to be green.
There he goes. There we go. There we go.
Oh, other side.
Side
On the
down.
side.
Well, AJ, that was a humdinger.
Yes, it was, and that's there he is upside down, and I hope he's all right. I see him moving around in there. I don't think there's any issue with him.
Yeah, you just can't push on the left side of that rear bumper.
Well, you just can't keep pushing. He got into the 24 and just kept on pushing. But Mike, I'm telling you, I started my first racer in 1972. This was what I worried about. 1970, 45 years ago, and here we are. The more things change, the more they stay the same.
AJ tried to put the window net down to signal to the safety crews he's okay, but with the car upside down, it won't go down.
Wow, the 3 cars got a lot of.
Austin Dillon, Michael McDowell.
He hit one of those cars that was upside down. I don't remember if it's Chase Elliott.
Danica's in there. Her car is torn up. I don't know how many cars are in this thing. Probably 15 of them. I was just
You just saw it coming, didn't you?
Oh, yeah,
You saw Allmendinger get that big run, gets to the rear bumper of the 24 car.
They've told A.J. Allmendinger to stay strapped in the car. Apparently he's okay because they are going to roll the car over before he's allowed to get out. We do have a camera inside the car, but the antenna is on the roof, and that's gone. So no signal from there.
They do, and this is something these guys have practiced, these safety crews have practiced. They have a system that they hook the car up to. They don't want to just flop the car over with the driver inside of it. They will pick the car up and roll it over gently.
The field has been stopped down in turn number 1. Michael McDowell climbs out. He's okay. His car obviously is not.
That's not much of a field. That's kind of half of a field.
Austin Dillon is okay. See Danica Patrick's car stopped there with more damage.
Yesterday we saw 2 red flags. Today we're going to see another. That's become one of the more popular flags at this place.
And the line that separates victory from calamity at Talladega is so fine. And the amount of a push that either results in a pass or results in panic is just so minuscule.
Yeah, especially when you're in that section of the corner where the banking starts to flatten out. The cars get pretty light in the back there, so if you're going to be pushing, you've got to sort of back off them, or you got to get to the right side of that rear bumper if you're going to push in that area.
Now, Trevor Bain drives away. He can't go anywhere because of the red flag, but he's eligible to return to the pits, and once he gets onto pit road, they'll have 5 minutes to make repairs. Allmendinger's car getting up on its side, and they'll put it back on his wheels before he unstraps and climbs out. Jeff, they say that when these cars are at speed in the banking at this speed, you could reach out with your finger and push on the corner of the car and spin it around.
It's pretty easy. I will say it might not be that easy, but it's pretty easy. I mean, when you have a 3,400-pound car pushing you, it doesn't take much. But there's also just not a lot of aerodynamic downforce in the cars here. The cars aren't set up for that with the springs and shocks. Also, in that section of the corner, once you get out of the banking holds the car. It has a lot of grip in the banking. But once you get to the straightaway, it loses all of that.
Randall Burnett, AJ's crew chief, looking at the monitor as Allmendinger has climbed out of his car and walks to the ambulance without assistance. He is okay. So now we'll show you replays of what happened between he and Chase Elliott in the 24.
Yeah, you just see AJ, he gets up against the 24 here. He's pushing him, and he just gets over to the left-hand side here, and you can't push over there.
Even got him himself. He was, it was not something that was intentional. He was just trying to push and help, but it actually even got AJ Allmendinger turned around also.
Wow,
big impact by Danica into that inside wall.
Heck of a lick.
Didn't that happen to her in Daytona where she got into the inside wall and hit hard where a wall jutted out like that?
Now, see, I think Chase Elliott he already had his hands full prior to that. He was trying to get it gathered up, and then AJ came off his rear bumper and then made contact with him again. Also, Logano went for a heck of a ride there, a couple big impacts.
Keselowski's up in there.
Minor damage for Kevin Harvick. Here is the initial contact. You see Chase's car yawed out just a tiny bit in the corner.
They got him loose.
That's the one. He was going to save it until that last little bump.
I was just going to say, AJ, just be a little patient here. We got a little ways to go yet, and you got a pretty good car. Wow.
In a moment.
This is amazing footage, folks.
Incredible camera work.
Just remember, there's a driver in every one of those cars. Watching it.
That's a long, slow roll for Allmendinger. And look, both those cars end up pretty much together along with the mess that was Logano's car and Michael McDowell's. Harvick had damage in that, so did Trevor Bain, Eric Jones, Matt Kenseth, all involved.
And as a driver, I've been upside down at Daytona one time and slid on my roof just like that, sparks flying, and I was just hoping at the last second it was going to roll back over so I could get out. But AJ's didn't do that. He was stuck upside down. Not a comforting feeling. That oil tank is right behind you. It's very possible for oil to start leaking out. You want to get out of there as fast as you can.
Looks like there were only about a dozen cars who had a chance to evade to the inside and not get any damage in this.
I'm watching that green 2 car. I don't know if he's just kind of following us through here. Not sure if he got any damage or not.
Yeah, I think I saw him stop a little bit too soon as if he made contact.
Might hit the outside wall with the right side of the car.
Let's ride with Danica Patrick.
Second, back it down. Stay low.
Put Packers in both front shocks and make a track bar adjustment to make that car better. And here he is up here battling for 6th position.
Don't count Stenhouse out, trying to win his 2nd spring Talladega race in a row.
Sir, that's another one of those fast Fords, but kind of sandwiched in between 3 fast Chevrolets too, 88 and
cars are littered at the bottom of the racetrack.
Guys, I think that somebody may have gotten loose and got either into Jimmy Johnson or his car got loose and came down.
Here comes Jimmy through the middle of the melee. And
Not sure Jimmy has much damage. How about the 18? 2 is crashed.
Certainly does.
we may have to list the cars that were not involved in this wreck. There might be less of them. Like Matt DiBenedetto.
I think Bubba's, I don't know, Bubba was in trouble, but I don't think anything. I don't think the 19 of Suarez did.
We're going to take a look at this from the Goodyear blimp and want you to watch William Byron in the 24 and Jimmy Johnson in the 48 as this develops.
Mike, this third turn has been a problem turn all day long. I've seen cars get loose getting into 3 all day long.
You can see us. I don't know. I think that's the 48 as a right front fender. The 24 got close to the left rear, just pushed that air in that left rear and brought it around.
Wow. Ray Gaulding shoots the middle and makes it. Wow. And they just keep piling up.
Wow. Unbelievable. You see Bubba there on the right of the screen. I don't think he hit anything.
So you see the 24 starts coming up. Look, it just seems like the air changed and allowed that 48 to just get loose.
Now the 48 and the 24, I think the 24 may have gotten on the brakes and that caused his car to get loose. But I don't know what happened to Johnson. That thing just turned sideways. And I've seen that time and time again up there in turn 3.
Casey Kane shoots through the black car with the yellow number on top.
What about that wind direction over there has some kind of effect on the aerodynamics of these cars over there?
You know what I think it is? I think they're going down that back straightaway so fast that when they get in the third turn, the cars wiggle a little bit.
Boy, great job by Ty Dillon getting that car slowed down. Saw it happening way out in front of him. His spotter obviously played a great role.
Also keep an eye on.
Oh, you can see Jimmy's loose right there.
He just turns down in front of the 24 and it's on from there. The 21 gets tagged.
And the wind is blowing from outside the track directly across the right side of these cars.
Look at Levin gets scoot right through there. Hamlin
gets his lap back.
Unbelievable. Keselowski up the hill and torn up. 34 of Reagan. Sorry about that, McDowell.
Well, he's riding with Martin Truex 2 laps down. This happens way in front of him.
Stop. Just stop.
Yes, Clayton Hughes, you're right. Just stop.
Great advice. And we'll ride with A.J. Allmendinger.
Still outside wrecking here, wrecking. Come low. Keep coming. We got right side damage here, guys.
Trying to get away. Here they come. Chase Elliott, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece. Logano on the outside. And Byron's around. He crashes. Caution is out.
Heavy impact to the inside wall by the 42 of Larson.
Kyle Larson, Jeffrey Earnhardt with heavy damage, and William Byron on the last lap.
Well, that was really scary looking. That 42's floating through the air as he made it impact to that inside wall.
Well, these 3 Chevy drivers did as ordered, worked together, and with the checkered flag, Chase Elliott has brought the Elliott name back to victory lane at Talladega.
Great job.
Chevy, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Great effort, guys. Thank you so much. Great execution. That's what we needed. Needed this one bad.
Kyle Larson is out, and
That's good to see.
his difficult season continues. Fourth career win for Chase Elliott. All coming in his his last 25 races. And he's the 6th driver to win in 2019 and the first Chevrolet to go to victory lane this year. What a hard tumble for Kyle Larson.
Man. And that was after a really hard hit with that front nose to the inside wall.
It just won't stop.
David Reagan, who had a great race going, climbing into the support vehicle after getting out. And there is William Byron with heavy damage on his Camaro. So at the moment of caution, Chase Elliott by a car length over teammate Alex Bowman and rookie Ryan Preece and rookie Daniel Hemrick. Chevrolet front 4 with Joey Logano 5th for Ford and Kyle Busch 9th for Toyota.
Going down there a little bit further in the 62 car, Brendan Gaughan finished 10th.
Great run for the part-time driver, part-time Cup driver.
LaJoy, 11th.
Rory LaJoy. Jeffrey Earnhardt sliding to the inside barrier. Pretty hard hit there. Well, as we learned at the top of the day, Chevrolet met with all their team, owners and crew chiefs, yesterday and said, work together. Message delivered.
Message delivered. Well laid out.
Stenhouse leading the second lane, going nowhere. It is Harvick and Chris Buescher.
Watch this run that Ty Dillon might be able to give to Ryan Blaney to give him a big run.
Nope, Ty goes underneath. Blaney pokes out. Stenhouse is with him. Harvick got away from Buescher. But up front, they're racing for the win. The crash is in the back, and Blaney is the leader. Stenhouse comes back to him on the bottom. Off turn 4, 3 wide.
Not over yet. Here comes Eric Jones.
Nemechek trying to push Jones. Eric Jones with help. Here comes Almirola. Crash into the wall. I think it's Stenhouse. It might be Blaney.
Oh my goodness. They were what, 3-4 wide? Slamming and banging. Almirola spun out, but he's in 3rd position at the line.
Great job there, Josh. Way to stay calm, collected.
Scoring unofficial and under review. And Ryan Blaney wins Talladega. What a wild finish.
Now Ryan Blaney was able to side draft, get that run, get to the inside of the 4. Here comes a huge run. John Hunter Nemechek to the rear bumper of Eric Jones, just shoving him to Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney goes from the top all the way to the bottom to try to block that run. More contact. Man, Stenhouse was so close to pulling ahead of Blaney. Wow. And look at the 10 car.
And Almirola, third at the line. How about that? Only at Talladega. When Bill France put the finish line way down toward turn 1 to make those seats more saleable, well, he would have appreciated today. What a wild finish. And 5,000 ticket-buying fans in attendance, getting to enjoy it along with you folks at home. For Ryan Blaney, it's his 4th career victory. His last one was last October here at Talladega, and he now completes the Penske trio of Cup racing winners in 2020. Nascar, since that initial crash in the back straightaway was toward the back of the field, felt that the majority of racers were past it when it happened and not in harm's way, and allowed the race to play out to the finish line. Vince Welch.
Wow, what a thriller. He won here in October. He has done it.
Stacked him up and almost wrecked him. Yeah, that was almost big between Kyle Busch and his teammate Denny Hamlin. And now look at Kyle Busch go backwards because of that.
And he did. He went backwards because he chose the.
Oh,
he's wrecking. Joey Logano.
Hamlin
and over on Logano.
And Keselowski
He's in it.
Boy, it's just scary. Anytime that air gets underneath that car, gets it airborne like that. Thankful to see that car get back on four wheels and not have a moving around.
Grabbing the window net there. That's a good sign.
Good sign. Look how it almost peeled that roof back.
Oh, heavy damage to Ricky Stenhouse, who had a fast car today.
We talk about how aggressive some of these guys get at the end of these stages.
So the stage ends under caution. Logano was called in on the radio saying he is okay. So
and look how they're all stacked up. They're all bumper to bumper to bumper.
Yeah, but look at the 11. He moves down to try to go on the bottom, gets turns him into Joey Logano, and then, Jeff, we've all felt it. That silence. When that car goes over, it gets really, really quiet. Not a fun sound.
And you have no idea if that car is just going to start rolling and continuing to roll, or if it's going to settle down. Luckily, that's what it did.
Let's use the Goodyear aerial coverage, see if we can see how this started.
Okay, so there's the push of the 22 by the 11. Watch the 47 get to the rear bumper of the 11. Right here, that's that sandwich we talk about. And when Denny stepped out, the 47 was still connected. And that little bit of contact is what turned Denny into the 22 of Logano.
Just a lot of pushing, very aggressive, accordion effect all the way back.
End of stage one. Woo. Under caution.